Hi, my name is Tara Ness. Thank you for clicking on my video. This is my final upload for spring 2026 semester. And this semester I had the opportunity to design a school called the Montessori School of the Arts. In the beginning of the semester, we did a present study analysis. I chose a school for the Montessori by Herman Hertzberger in Delft, Netherlands. Some key components I came across while studying the school was the L-shaped classrooms, which separated the formal and informal classroom settings. And I wanted to take this study analysis into the project I am currently doing. So after the present study analysis, we started to work into the sites for the rest of the semester. I chose the downtown Phoenix site located on Portland Avenue and 2nd Street. During this time, I did sun studies, I researched the wind, and I researched at annual rainfall in the Phoenix area. And you can see throughout the graphs as well. So after researching the site analysis, I started to look at the site context in terms of what's the surrounding areas. I found out that the site is surrounded by empty lots, so you can use those lots for whatever usage as you want. In addition, there's many restaurants. It's highly active on First Fridays because there's a First Friday celebration where people come on Van Buren Street and they sell their artwork. In addition, there's an art school just about a 5-minute walk and then a 10-minute walk from the ASC downtown Phoenix campus. So after the site analysis and site context research, we started to do different approaches of how we're going to be designing onto the site. So there's 3 that I have conducted, which is 1, the central learning approach, the Montessori approach, and the high-rise learning units. So moving forward, I did the central high-rise learning approach where it marries the central learning and the high-rise. So with this approach, learning units are the focal point of the site, and the school offices and administration are to the building to the side. In addition, there's L-shaped classroom. The school offers an art classroom and a technology classroom. And then there's program amenities where there's a library and art space where students can sell their artwork. And in the center, there's an amphitheater, so plays, concerts can happen when there's no usage for the school. This is a 1/32 scale of the site context plan. Second site plan at 1/16 scale. First floor plan at an 1/8 scale. Second floor plan at an 1/8 scale. Third floor plan at an 1/8 scale. Fourth floor plan at an 1/8 scale. Fifth floor plan at an 1/8 scale. Roof plan at an 1/8 scale. North and east elevations at an 1/8 scale. South and west elevations at an 1/8 scale. The sections at an 1/8 scale. This is a transverse section at a 1/4 scale. You can see the amphitheater, the teal facade, the cafeteria, kitchen, restrooms, and how everything coexists and is stacked up together. So this is a structural isometric progression. The occupancy classification is at type 1B, where it is 5 stories at 68 feet. Sprinklers is NFPA 13R system. Fire rated at 2 hours. Common path of travel 75 feet. Allowable with sprinklers, and the gross floor area is 52,831. So this is the exploded isometric of the facade. It is comprised of 4 different vertical fins. It appeals to the architectural character of the building. In addition, it protects the building from rain, wind, and sun. It improves energy efficiency by insulating and regulating temperature, and enhances acoustics, allows for natural light to come in without sacrificing your privacy. And these are held by an L-shaped plate at the side of the building. So this is a passive systems generative that I incorporate in the building. There's solar geometry and fenestration with the solar shading system, i.e. the vertical fin facades and the horizontal facade. There's natural ventilation of the coming in, as you can see in the diagram. It comes in through the gap in the building. And there's a climate appropriate landscaping and low water usage, so the plants and trees are native to the area. And there is stormwater management on the roof, so that whatever water that retains it is going back into the land. The site has permeable surfaces as well, so that the water can infiltrate and not cause too much stormwater. So for the active system HVAC, I did the VRF distribution. So this one provides precise temperature control for individual zones, energy efficiency, reduces installation space with compact design and fewer decks, and it also enhances indoor air quality. In addition, natural breeze can come into the building through the opening on the south facing side. That way it can go in from the south and exit from the north. So here's the classroom floor plan at a 1/4 inch scale, reflected ceiling plan, elevation, and section. So this is a partial floor plan at a 1/2 inch scale. As you can see, there's a closet, formal classroom, Montessori play area, and a reading area, all separated into designated areas. And you can see that there's a movable wall, so you're able to divide them up as well. Partial elevation at a 1/2 inch scale. Partial section at a 1/2 inch scale. This is a classroom section perspective at a 1/2 inch scale. As you can see that it is where the library and the classroom is. You can see the C channels, the beams, I-beams, the 2x6 posts, HVAC system, um, even like the carrier metal, the railings, how everything can come together in this structural system that makes the school. The two isometric views and the exterior perspective, so the west facing, east facing, south facing, and the north facing of the building. So this is the interior perspectives of the art gallery, classroom setting, the library, and the interior facing of the art gallery. So I just want to say thank you for clicking on this video and staying with me throughout when I'm explaining my whole building. So the key ideas behind it was that I wanted to do a L-shaped classroom, Montessori, separating formal and informal learning environments. I wanted to incorporate an art space so that people in the community can come for First Fridays and celebrate the spaces. And then that's why I designed the amphitheater as well. So in addition, the president's study analysis of the Montessori school really did inform my design throughout, just because it gave me the idea of the L-shaped classroom. I thought that was a really brilliant idea. In addition, the design process came a long way. And then the technical systems did impact how everything was stacked, or in like how I rethought about redistributing the HVAC system throughout the design. So there's many iterations where I had to lean away from this design, but I eventually came back. And so it's just like back and forth towards the end. But eventually, like I just stuck with this. So overall, this project was a really, I would say, successful in terms of program um, perspectives and everything. And so I just want to say thank you, everybody, for listening, and thank you for my professor who has been there and like just encouraging me throughout the process. Have a good summer.